National polling in a presidential race, virtually meaningless. I'm hoping that there are some October surprises in store. It's really tough with a guy like Donald Trump who could shoot somebody on Fifth Avenue and have nobody give a shit about it.
Uh-oh, retard alert! Retard alert, class!
And it does not look good for Donald Trump. Things are looking up for the Democrats, for the country, for democracy. The Cook Political Report just released these numbers about battleground states, and it is a devastating set of data for Donald Trump. And it is a devastating set of data for Donald Trump.
Trump swept all of this election year's 7 swing states.
Harris made up ground across the board. Look at this chart. Now either leading or tied in all but one battleground state, and Biden had been behind or tied in all of them. Look at these numbers. This is remarkable that other than Nevada right now, where he seems to lead by 3, I think that'll turn around. 3 points is nothing.
President-elect Donald Trump won the state of Nevada, and that brings the Electoral College vote to 301 for Trump and 226 for Vice President Kamala Harris.
3 points is nothing. The closer we get, the more he runs his mouth, the more he behaves like we're used to him behaving.
This particular win is important because of its voting history. Nevada is a state that's voted Democratic for the past 4 presidential elections.
And we can make up that ground. Democrats can make up that ground. Kamala Harris and Tim Walz can make up that ground. But look at these other states. Arizona, Harris up by 2. That is promising.
Tonight, Arizona has officially been called for Donald Trump. AP making the call this evening, adding 11 electoral votes to the Republican column. The win over Democrat Kamala Harris marks Trump's second victory in the state.
Georgia tied. That ground can absolutely be made up.
We have another state to call, and this is a big one, Georgia. And as we heard from the Secretary of State earlier, forecasted this moment, 16 electoral votes going to former President Donald Trump. He wins the key state of Georgia.
Can absolutely be made up. Michigan up by 3.
A projection from CBS News that is happening right now. Former President Donald Trump, the projected winner of Michigan.
That's huge. That is huge. Pennsylvania up by 1.
We are now projecting that Donald J. Trump will win the state of Pennsylvania. Former President Donald J. Trump will win the state of Pennsylvania, and thereby he is on his way to becoming the 47th president of the United States.
And then Wisconsin up by 3.
And CBS News now projects that Donald Trump is the winner in Wisconsin. That gives him the number of electoral votes he needs to become the 47th president of the United States.
These are great numbers. Here would be my prediction, though. Barring some chicanery from the Donald Trump campaign, barring some legal maneuvering, I think this is a certainly not a done deal, but it's looking good. But I think that there are going to be at least a state or 2 that are going to come into play that no one really suspects, that might be considered leaning red now or even solid red, that could come into play. Florida looks like it could be in play. I think she's 5 points away in that race.
And I'll tell you this, the bottom line is Florida is now a solidly red state, and Central Florida, 8 out of the 9 counties voted in favor of Donald Trump. This has been, for years, a Democratic stronghold. Tonight, 55% of the vote in Miami-Dade County went to Donald Trump, just 43% for Kamala Harris.
And even Texas, believe it or not, I think Texas could be in play.
Fox News can project that former President Trump will win Texas. That locks 40 more electoral votes into his column.
But these numbers, these types of things should invigorate you. They should excite you. They should, and I hope they do, get you motivated enough to get organized and get active in a campaign. Go knock on doors. If all you can do is donate $20, do that.
Donald Trump swept all 7 swing states. 6 of them flipped from Joe Biden's column in 2020. So far, the president-elect has won just over 50% of the popular vote, and he made gains in key demographics, including the young, Latinos, and women.
It is important. The stakes of this election have never been higher. It is literally whether or not we will continue as a democracy.
This is the way it could be.
It's just what it is. It's not hyperbole to say that.
Republicans took the Senate and are on track to control the House. Tuesday, more than 80% of all the nation's counties moved toward the right. The shift is decisive.
They're doing everything they can do to end democracy and, up to and including insurrection against the country.
And leaves Democrats arguing over how they misread the people.
Anyway, I would love your opinion on this. What do you think? Have you seen this? Did you know this? We can talk about it in the comments. You can leave a comment there. It'll help the YouTube to share my content to new viewers. That's a personal favor.
Not one single thing this bloviated simp predicted turned out to be accurate. How can anyone take what he says serious? At what point does YouTube label his channel fiction or just pure partisan propaganda? Stay tuned next week, same Trump time, same Trump channel.